and welcome to the news on Enyimba TV. We're reaching you from Abia, the commercial and industrial hub of Abia State, Nigeria. First, here are the top stories. President Tinubu directs Finance Minister to present minimum wage template. Gunmen kill councilor and youth leader in Ebonyi community. CSOs petition Abia government over alleged reprisal attacks on residents after soldiers killing. These and other stories plus foreign, business and sports shortly. Thanks for joining us on the news at this time. My name is Michael Oni. Now the news in detail. President Bola Tinubu has directed the Minister of Finance, Wale Edu, to present a template for a new minimum wage. Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, stated this in Abuja after a federal government delegation on the new minimum wage met with the president. The president also gave a marching order to the Minister of Finance and the coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Wale Edu, to come up with cost implications on the new minimum wage and present an affordable, sustainable and realistic figure within 2 days. The president further directed all those involved in the negotiation to expedite action so that everything on the new minimum wage will be concluded as soon as possible. We're going straight to the National Assembly, where the Senate is expressing worry over the implications of the shutdown of the national grid and disruption of Hajj flights, among other actions taken by the organized labor during the nationwide strike for a new minimum wage. Senate President Godswill indicated this during the commencement of the plenary as he halted a robust debate by lawmakers on the industrial action, saying that shutting down the grid is tantamount to economic sabotage rather than an agitation. This came to the fore when some lawmakers advanced their opinions and suggestions following a motion moved by Senator D.K. Plank on the proposed minimum wage. Some other senators who spoke on the debate, including the Abia North Senator, Ojizo Kalu, who recommended a minimum wage of 90,000 naira for Nigerian workers, requested the Senate to call on the federal government to expedite action on the new minimum wage to halt the industrial unrest. Away from labor matters now, the Minister of Works, David Umahi, is describing as cruel and cowardly the destruction of the expansion joints used to absorb the thermal sections of the second Niger Bridge. The minister expressed shock that the reports of vandalism were still being recorded despite the presence of private security outfits deployed by the ministry to man the area. It therefore said a technical team had been directed to inspect, evaluate and reinstate the damaged parts of the superstructure. Umahi was reacting to a viral video which circulated online showing where some of the fittings on the bridge had been removed, and he described the development as saddening. We are returning to the National Assembly now. Bauchi's Central Senator Abdul Ninge has resumed plenary 5 days after he was recalled from suspension. Mr. Ningi, a member of the opposition People's Democratic Party (PDP), was sighted entering the Red Chamber at 10:40 a.m. He took his seat after exchanging pleasantries with some of his colleagues. Senate President Godswill, while welcoming Senator Abdul Ninge, said he is a resourceful individual that the Red Chamber needs. Senator Ninge also thanked the Senate for recalling him. Enyimba TV News recalls that the Bauchi senator was suspended for 3 months in the month of March for alleging that the 2024 budget was padded by 3 trillion naira. The upper legislative chamber recalled Ningi after he had spent more than 2 months on suspension. And now to politics. The caretaker committee chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC in Rivers State, Tony Okocha, is describing Similaye Fubara's administration in the state as a sham, denying congratulating the governor for his developmental strides in the state as speculated in the social media. The APC chairman, who spoke while addressing journalists in Port Harcourt, dared the governor to probe the administration of the former governor, Nyesom Wike. Okocha alleged that under the Governor Fubara administration, companies are leaving in droves. Industries are closing down because of fear of the unknown in the state. We are still in Rivers State, but this time on a sad note, at least 3 persons have been confirmed dead in a tragic tanker explosion that happened in Port Harcourt, Rivers State capital. It was gathered that a truck conveying gas cylinders had fallen on the Obirikwere interchange and burst into flames. It was also gathered that when the fire started, 3 of the cylinders exploded, creating panic and worsening the fire. While residents of Urumosi and Ozoba in the local government were rattled with unusual sounds which many mistook for dynamite or strong explosives. The tanker, believed to be carrying many cylinders of liquefied natural gas LNG, overturned and exploded while attempting to navigate around the roundabout of the said interchange along the east-west road. The suspected gunmen have killed one Stanley Akpa Nweze and Arinze Joshua Ugochukwu at Isu village in Onicha local government area of Ebonyi state. Nweze was until his death the councilor representing Enuagu ward in Onicha Legislative Council, while Arinze Joshua Ugochukwu was the coordinator of the National Youth Council of the Onicha Local Government Area Chapter. The duo of Stanley and Arinze were reportedly attacked and killed on Monday by gunmen at Amanator axis of Isu community. Sources in the area said the duo were on bike riding to Isu village when the hoodlums accosted them and shot them on the spot severally and ensured they were confirmed dead before leaving the scene. The gunmen were said to have also shot in the air sporadically to scare away passers-by before zooming off into the nearby forest when they were sure that their victims were dead. Right here in the city of Abia State, or rather, right here in Abia State, civil society organizations, CSOs, and pro-democracy groups under the aegis of Abia Civil Society Network have petitioned the governor of the state, Dr. Alex Otti, over what it described as ongoing reprisal attacks in Abia and its environs following the killing of 5 soldiers at Obikabia Junction in Ogbo Hill. In a release signed by Barrister Makabiachi on behalf of the CSOs, stated that the reprisal attacks have led to widespread panic and unwarranted arrest of innocent civilians in Abia and environs. The group called for the release of all residents who were arrested without evidence of committing any offense, stressing that their continued detention is a breach of their fundamental human rights, which will fuel animosity and distrust between the communities and security forces. The CSOs also urged the governor to set up an independent committee in collaboration with the security agencies to unravel the circumstances surrounding the attack and the military response and set up an investigative independent committee to investigate the incident. We are still in Abia State, but this time on environment. Abia State government is promoting a healthy and efficient waste disposal and management approach to protect and preserve the environment. This is according to the Commissioner for Environment, Philemon Asonye, at a meeting with stakeholders in Abia as part of activities to mark this year's World Environment Day. He noted that poor management of environment-related issues could pose a serious threat to humanity. He therefore charged the stakeholders, drawn from traders, businessmen, and women, actors, industrialists, property owners, and other residents, to imbibe the culture of healthy waste disposal, as well as to always be intentional in their approach towards ensuring a safe environment. While responding, the President General of Abia State Amalgamated Traders Association, Sal Alphasus Udeibo, assured the traders, about business community and other stakeholders that they will lend all necessary support to the state government to realize its dreams of repositioning Abia as the destination of choice for business, industrial, and other commercial activities. You're watching Enyimba TV News. After the short break, the news continues with foreign, business, and sports updates. Please stay tuned. We will be right back.
The following schools have registered for the 3rd edition of On the Contrary debate competition. On the Contrary, proudly brought to you by your 3-in-1 radio station, Enyimba 94.3 FM, Legend 98.3 FM, and Rose 101.9 FM, all in the city of Abia State. They include Buckingham College, Covenant High School, Methodist Model School, Mater Misericordia Girls Secondary Technical College, Sacred Heart of Jesus School, Great Turning Point School, the Zalil Model Science Academy, the Great Betty Rose International School, Successful Child School, Prudence Montessori International School, High Grade Model Academy, Well-Bred Christian School, Peaceway International Academy, Diamond Magnet Academy, Sky Blue Diamond Academy, and Complete International College. The first round of the On the Contrary debate competition is between the 10th and 14th of June 2024. Time is 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. For sponsorship, please call 0810-716-4511. 0810-716-4511.
Welcome back and thanks for staying tuned. Now the news continues. Some of UK's top universities could see their attractiveness decline due to hits to funding and tighter regulations on overseas students, according to annual QS 2025 university rankings. 4 British universities retained their spots in the top 10 of more than 1,000 universities ranked. More than half, that's 52 of the UK's universities, were bumped down on the list out of 90 that were part of the ranking. In the last few months, the Conservative government in the UK has introduced several measures to reduce regular migration, with its judges to be too high. These include barring overseas students from bringing dependents and hiking the minimum salary needed for skilled workers' visas. The policies have been criticized by universities whose budgets are heavily dependent on the higher fees paid by international students. In business, Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission says it would mandate international oil companies to supply crude oil to Dangote oil refineries. The spokesperson for the commission, Olaide Shonola, said the commission is intervening to ensure the local sale of crude to Dangote and other refineries in the country. Shonola stated this while reacting to a claim by the chairman of the Dangote Group that the international oil companies were not ready to sell crude to the refinery. Shonola said the NUPRC would mandate the IOCs to sell to the Dangote refinery with clear directives that must be done. Enyimba TV News recalled that Aliko Dangote said international oil companies in Nigeria were not ready to sell crude oil to the 650,000 barrels capacity oil refinery. According to him, the international oil companies were used to exporting crude for foreign exchange and they were not ready to stop. Well, let's talk sports. The camp of the Super Eagles in Uyo is bubbling following the arrival of all but 3 of the 8 players who were expected to join the team on Monday ahead of the crucial 2026 World Cup qualifying games against South Africa and Benin Republic. The players were stuck in Abuja and Lagos after the organized labor strike grounded flights across the country. 5 of the players landed on Tuesday afternoon in Uyo, where 15 out of the invited 23 players had started training since Sunday. The 8 players were supposed to join the camp on Monday, but according to the update late on Monday, Semi Ajayi, Bright Osai Samuel, Calvin Bassey, midfielder Frank Onyeka, forward Paulo Nacho, Maduka Okoye, Alex Iwobi, and Ademola Lookman were stranded in Lagos and Abuja due to the nationwide strike, which was called off on Tuesday as negotiations between the government and Labour continue. The latest update from the team's media officer, Promise Efoge, on Tuesday afternoon stated that 5 of the 8 players, Bassey, Ajayi, Osai Samuel, Onyeka, and Onachu, arrived to Uyo aboard a private jet arranged by the Nigeria Football Federation and were driven to the team's Ibom Hotel and Resort to meet up with teammates in time for lunch. Trio Lookman, Iwobi, and Okoye are expected to join camp. Nigeria is 3rd position with 2 points from 2 games, playing Bafana of South Africa at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Akwa Ibom, the capital, before traveling to Abidjan to engage Benin Republic on March Day 4 of the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. With the sports story, we wrap up this edition of news on Enyimba TV at this time. But before we go, here is a recap of the top stories. President Bola Tinubu has directed Minister of Finance Wale Edo to present a template for the new minimum wage. The Senate is expressing worry over the implications of the shutdown of the national grid and disruption of Hajj flights, among other actions taken by the organized labor during the nationwide strike for a new minimum wage. We also told you that civil society organizations, CSOs, and pro-democracy groups under the aegis of Abia Civil Society Network have petitioned Abia State Governor Dr. Alex Oti over what they described as ongoing reprisal attacks in Aba and its environs following the killing of 5 soldiers at Obikabia Junction in Ebonyi. That's our package of the news for now. Please join us for more updates in our subsequent bulletins. Meanwhile, don't forget to subscribe to this channel on YouTube. Click on the notification bell to receive alerts when new videos are uploaded. Thanks for watching. And on behalf of the production crew, my name is Michael Oni